Like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. And I was watching a lot of videos that are coming up on my For You page where people are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here, our ancestors are from here, but Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success because they expect us like to be at the bottom of the bottom, right? And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money. And Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay? We're not all committing fraud, okay? Every community has bad apples, but they're trying to use that as leverage to hate on us, right? And attack our community. But what it is like when you're an immigrant group and you're Black on top of that and you're African, they hate you to be successful. They hate you to be successful. Now, if we were like European immigrants, like maybe Bosnians who are Muslims or Russians, and they become successful, nobody would blink an eye because they're white. But the fact that we're brown people from Africa, do you know what I mean? It kills them. Because the way we move, we don't move like we're inferior to anybody, right? And it's bothering them. And our name has reached the White House. That's how powerful the Somali community is. Wallahi, I have this thing where if Somalis work together, the only problem Somalis have is like, we need to build our country back. Wallahi billahi, we could have been a superpower nation. How gifted Allah has made Somalis in making money, in being successful, in being able to see opportunity everywhere they go. All right, so there's this like guy on my For You page, and he was talking about, I used to be a handyman, and I see Somalis, they all have nice cars. And then, the hate comments were down there, deport them, do this, do that. And let me tell you something, the reason why we have nice cars, nice clothes, we look good, we're shining, we're doing that, is because we work and we don't spend our money on nonsense. We don't spend our money on like the latest fashions, the latest wigs, the latest whatever. We save our money and we work as a family unit. We're not individualistic. We work as communities. We save our money and we help each other make big purchases that way. Somali community is very tight-knit. American culture is very individualistic. Everybody you're alone. You're expected to do everything yourself. In a Somali community, we work together. That's how we became successful fast. And we took, the opportunities that were given to us in this country. Is that wrong? Many immigrants before us did it. Why can't we do it? And now we're being punished for being successful too fast. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now they're trying to come at our community, deport them, do this to them. Even Somalis, wherever we go, we're still going to be successful. Even if you deport them, they can still make money. Wallahi. And you guys will still be in the US broke, living paycheck to paycheck.
Let's just agree, we didn't see that coming, did we? Americans didn't see that coming either. The Somali community are saying that Americans are just jealous of them because they went into America in Minnesota and they are the most successful community right now. And the Americans are jealous of their success. But well, the Americans are literally pissed. They are saying, don't you dare say that you are successful. But in reality, you are achieving what you are achieving by engaging yourselves in fraudulent activities. Don't you dare say that we are jealous of you and we are just calling out people who are misusing our taxpayer dollars by diagnosing their kids with autism and engaging themselves in fraudulent activities to gain all this wealth. But the Somalis, especially, they are withholding their stand that Americans are jealous because we are successful. We are driving expensive cars. We are making it in life. But they are living from paycheck to paycheck. And Americans are literally pissed. They are saying, wait a minute. If you are claiming that you are the most successful community in America, why is it then that Somali is still in shambles? Why can't you develop your country? Okay, why can't you be rich in Somali? And in this video, let's watch what Americans had to tell us after seeing this viral video of these Somali women going viral, claiming that they are just jealous because Somali are richer than Americans. Then we shall be sharing our opinions.
It's hijabi chicks flexing. Somalis are hated because they're too successful. Nice cars in one generation, hard work and community vibes.
You know, like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. But Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success.
Girl, that Benz? It's taxpayer-funded fraud juice. Your crew's been running 250 million COVID scams and fake ID rings like it's Ramadan roulette. Not all of us commit fraud. Sure. And not all pirates sail ships. Some just loot the harbor. You're not grinding. You're grifting off American suckers while preaching Allah's hustle. And jealous? No, just pissed. Watching invaders turn food stamps into Ferraris while vets sleep on the damn streets. Let's deport the scammers. Keep the camels. Stay delusional in your fucking scarf. Real success doesn't smell like stolen checks.
So one of the things that I've noticed about this hate against Somali people is that the hate is fueled by jealousy. Many Somalis are US citizens. So 98% of them are US citizens. Over half of them are born in America. So they're US citizens. So it's not about their citizenship. It's about what they represent. Many Somali citizens are successful. They're business owners, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're teachers, they're professors. And so many MAGA Americans have been in America and they can barely afford food. They buy food on credit. A lot of them are homeless. A lot of them are living in trailers. But before their very eyes, immigrants came, became successful, built businesses, built communities. And so the hate is fueled by jealousy. We know this kind of jealousy all too well.
All right, so let me, because now I see Somalis starting to run in the Victim Olympics and they're blaming racism. This has nothing to do with racism, right? They want to deport Venezuelans if they're here illegally. They want to deport Guatemalans if they're here illegally. Asian people are getting deported. Africans are getting deported. And it's the same when it comes to illegal migrants with Somalis. The ignorance in this is so profound because I've never in my life, not one day, have ever heard anybody, and I travel all over. I've never heard an American, not a black person, not an American, not a white person, anybody. I've never heard them say that they're jealous of a Somali. I've never seen them say that they're checking for y'all cars or anything like that. Here's the truth. Americans are bothered by the idea that American taxpayer dollars are being leveraged in order to give other people that is not pouring into the United States of America's culture and finances and resources and improving what's happening here, but they're trying to subvert the culture in order to be Somalia while at the same time taking advantage of our infrastructure, the dedication, the motivation, everything that we've built here in the United States of America. We built with our hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears. And then you come in, disrespect us, and then at the same time take advantage of what it is that we've afforded for Americans, legal citizens. Here's the truth. Americans are bothered by the idea that American taxpayer dollars are being leveraged in order to give other people that is not pouring into the United States of America's culture.
You sit there lecturing the Somali community about fiscal responsibility and law and order, claiming we are a drain on the system. But if you actually cared about taxpayer money or safety, you wouldn't be attacking us. You would be furious at the people Donald Trump left off the hook. You claim to be angry about people leveraging taxpayer dollars, but you support a former president whose act of clemency wiped out $1.3 billion in restitution and fines owed to victims and American taxpayers. Trump commuted the sentence of Philip Esformes, who was convicted for the largest healthcare fraud in U.S. history, stealing over $1 billion directly from Medicare, which is essentially and ultimately taxpayers' money. He pardoned Paul Wolzak, who stole $4.4 million from his own employees to buy a yacht and luxury items, paying back $0 to his victims. He pardoned Chrisleys, reality TV stars who defrauded banks and taxpayers of more than $20 million. These people didn't just use infrastructure, they looted it. By supporting this, you are saying that stealing billions from taxpayers is acceptable as long as you have political connections and you're not Somali. You talk about keeping the streets safe, but Trump's pardons released career criminals who immediately victimized people again. I might be butchering his name, but look at Eliyahu Weinstein. Trump commuted his 24-year sentence for a massive Ponzi scheme. Weinstein didn't reintegrate. He immediately launched a new $35 million fraud scheme and is now back in prison serving a 37-year sentence. Will the next president maybe pardon him too? Look at Jonathan Brown. Trump freed him from a sentence for running a massive drug ring and predatory lending. Once he was out, he was rearrested for assaulting his wife and threatening to kill a nurse. Look at the January 6th rioters. Dozens were pardoned, yet at least 10 of them have already been arrested for new crimes, including plotting to murder FBI agents, child SA, and car homicide. You are attacking a community of law-abiding citizens while cheering for a system that puts violent criminals and fraudsters back on the street to harm taxpayers. Finally, stop lying by conflating Somalis with illegal immigrants. The vast majority of Somalis in the US are naturalized citizens who have been there for decades, building businesses and paying the very taxes you claim to care about. You are attacking American citizens to distract from the fact that the politicians you idolize are handing out free passes to the people who actually robbed the country.
Let's just agree. A win is a win. A win is a win. Let's just agree a win is a win. Personally, I thought this war was going to end last week. But the Somalis, they aren't willing to, they can't relent. The Somalis are saying, you Americans, you've attacked us for the longest. We are telling you that not every Somalis, but you are still attacking us. We think you are just jealous of our success. Yes, we think you are just jealous because we are living better lifestyles than you, driving expensive cars than you, yeah, living lavishly in your country than you. And the Americans are like, well, okay, why are you refusing to go back in Somalia and live your lavish life there? You're saying you can relate anywhere, you can be successful anywhere. Why can't you go back in your country, which is now currently under civil war? You Somalis are fighting against Somalis, which is the country is already in shambles. Why can't you go and thrive there? You are here in our country, acting fraudulently to gain our taxpayers' dollars that are funding your lifestyle, and then you are denying it. And then the Somalis are like, okay, we hear you because you are judging us of a few 20 to 30 Somalis who have engaged in these fraudulent activities. Now that you think every Somali in America is also engaging themselves in fraudulent activities. Let us remind you this, Americans. You are dealing with the small fish in the ocean. And literally, the shark, the big fish, is just roaming around freely, doing the things they want in State House, in White House, and you know, the kingpin himself, the ringleader of these fraudulent activities, is just walking freely. Why aren't you talking about that? This is actually what the Somalis are saying, and it is actually getting interesting because, well, if you dare dig into those allegations, that Somali Americans allegation, you realize that it is actually true. Yes, if you look into the Epstein files and all those, you know what I'm saying. You'll actually realize that, well, it might actually be true. Well, this qualifies to be a comeback. This qualifies to be a comeback, by the way, because Americans are focusing on the small fish, as per they say. But the real big fish is just roaming around, taking their billions, and they aren't speaking about it. So literally, on my own opinion, this African American war, the Somali versus American war, is a thing that we thought last week could end. But I think it will continue because when Americans see this, you know, Americans, they don't want parasites in their country. That's a thing that I've realized. They will call out anyone who is acting fishy like a parasite in their country. And this time round, it's the Somali people and their Fafo season. So they're dealing with them mercilessly. But the Somali people are so vigilant. They are not willing to be diminished or to be attacked while they are silent. That would make this war unique. But you know, if I will just stick to my own opinion. If literally these Somali people are in America doing the things they had to do to gain money that are legal, of course, well and good. But for the few Somalis who are going to America and engaging themselves in these fraudulent activities, all I can say is when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Don't start engaging yourself and getting into trouble. You are dragging literally the whole community into your mess. See, right now, the Americans are saying the Somali, but literally, it's not every Somali who is engaging in these activities. They also know that. It's just a few 20, 30 to 70 Somalis who are engaging themselves in these fraudulent activities and dragging the whole community with them. So literally, the Somalis are right and also the Americans are right, because even me, I can't personally allow an immigrant to come in my country and do anything they want, and I won't speak about it. So the Somalis are just calling out these fraudsters. But the Americans are just calling out these fraudsters. But they should know that not every Somali is a fraudster. And again, Somalis, do what the Romans do. Short and sweet. But this war, it's very interesting. Please, don't end it here. We are literally enjoying this. Anyway, tell me, what are your opinions on this? Do you think that the Somali, the Americans in general, Black American, African American, anyone that is living in America, should they focus on the big fish? You know what I'm saying? That rather than just focusing on small fish that are and leaving the big fish to just swim around the ocean collecting billions and they are just quiet. What do you think about this, guys, in the comments? Tell me what are your opinions and see you in the next.